Okay, at church today we talked about emotional health and spiritual fitness, kind of all in the same package. And it reminded me of something I've learned through some of the courses I've taken with the Army, about how the thing called the amygdala hijack. See, we all have this thing in our brain called the amygdala, and what the amygdala does is it initiates that fight, flight, or freeze response. And so like last year, about this time of year, I'm doing stuff in my shed and I get stung in the neck by a bee or a wasp or something, right? So what ends up happening is I go and I run like a sissy girl, right? Because it hurts so bad. My freeze response wasn't initiated because I would have got stung again, right? But my flight, response was initiated and I was gone. I probably ran like a 4.240. I wish, right? So anyway, the point is that our amygdala does that. But here's the interesting thing, is that our brains, when we get hurt, we don't know the difference between physical pain and emotional pain on the onset. So what that means is if you get into a fight with your spouse or someone basically doesn't meet a need of yours, then that amygdala can fire just like it fires when you get stung by a bee. So you might want to fight your spouse. You might want to fly and run away and say, you know what, forget you, I'm out of here. You might freeze and just sit in the corner and withdraw and say nothing and stare off into the distance. Fight, flight, or freeze. Those responses happen because of our amygdala. But something I'm realizing today is that it's not just physical or emotional pain. It can be spiritual pain. See, if a loved one dies and we look up in the sky and we say, God, where were you? Why did you let this happen to me? That's the amygdala firing and we get mad at God. When you don't get that job or you get fired and you think you did everything right and you're wondering, God, why didn't you bless me? What's wrong? I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. What's wrong with this? You promised things to me. Why aren't things going the way they should be going? That is the amygdala firing and you can get mad at God. So the thing is, what I want you to think about is how do we properly negotiate when the amygdala fires?